What's going on? Y'all know what it is. We back with the Boxing Clinic and more. Reaction to Josh Taylor dominating, or won't say dominating, edging out Viktor Postol. It was a good fight. You know, Josh Taylor's 13 fights, stepped up and fought a game veteran Viktor Postol. And we're going to talk about the fight and the post-fight interview. I watched that as well. And the reason why I'm taking so long is some technical difficulties with this app I'm using. But we here, and I watched the fight on Mobdro. That's how I got the UK fight today. It was on Channel 5. So, you know, Al Bernstein was on there as well. To get into it, I missed the first round. But the second round, I started from there. But I understand that Viktor Postol won the first round, seen on Boxing Scene scoring and on the scoring on Channel 5. So, you know, Josh Taylor was a guy that had 12 fights coming in here. He was a guy that I found out about from my brother over at Colossal Sports TV when he was doing videos over there at Smooth Cat and talking about how it was a step up for him facing Harry Davies. And I looked at both. I just, you know, studied the film, didn't know much about both, did some research, and I noticed that Taylor was a better overall fighter on film, and also that Josh Taylor had been to the United States. I think he fought over here in Texas and Nevada before. So it'll let me know with 170 plus amateur fights, like Barry McGuinn said, that he was on a fast track, man. You know, and he was a good fighter. He had the experience. He's seen a lot of different styles in the amateurs as well. And but like I said, man, I was impressed with his body of work and been a fan ever since then, man. So honestly, to continue to speak on you know, the fight in the second round, like I said, I started off Mr. First. I gave the first to Postol like everybody else did. You know, Taylor, you know, made some mistakes in this fight. One of the mistakes that he actually did make was abandoning his jab and his body work. But Viktor Postol broke tendencies today. He ain't with Freddie Roach no more. And he went to the body early. You know, something he seen on film when Taylor was in a southpaw position. I think he would fire the right hand to the body, and sometimes he'd do this this awkward scooping uppercutish type of you know, shot to the chest stomach area, and he was getting Taylor to the body early. He's putting in good body work. He had his jab was dictating the fight, and it's like his jab took away Taylor's jab, where pretty much he couldn't, because Taylor abandoned his jab from the beginning. He was just trying to walk in on Postol, and he said in the post fight that he thought, you know, he thought Postol was a lot slower and less, you know, a lot slower on his feet and on tape than he was in the ring. He said he was aggressive with his footwork and his attack. He was tougher to fight than he envisioned. He was stronger than he envisioned. But the 7th and 8th round was a wake-up call for Josh Taylor. In the 7th and 8th round, you know, Viktor Postol was dog-walking him. You know, his jab was taking control. Taylor was abandoning his jab. And Taylor was basically just beating, you know, was winning rounds versus Postol before, you know, before the 9th round. And the rounds he was winning was basically off of talent, and his power shots was wobbling Postol. You know, it was wobbling him a little bit. And he was winging shots and beginning to go to the body. He was head hunting, but Postol was a tall guy. And Postol kept wrapping him up and holding him and turning out. And that's that veteran savvy. That's why Postol, I think, got 30-plus fights. You know, his experience was taking over, especially in the 7th, 8th round. He felt like he had it, man, because he had hurt Taylor with a good right hand. I think he hurt him a couple of occasions in that round. And Taylor, you know, like a good fighter do, he listened to his corner, Shane McGuinn, and he started back doubling his jab up. He went back to the body. He went back to what made Josh Taylor good on the front foot, and that's the jab and the body work. And when he got the jab working, it opened up a lot of things. And opened up the right jab at the southpaw position. It opened up the left hand for the knockdown and the knife. The right jab also opened up the right hook for him. That was doing a lot of good work from the southpaw position. It opened up the body work. It opened up, you know, for him to close the distance on Postol. And it kind of stopped Postol from holding him a little bit and working the body on the inside. So the jab opened up everything. Once he got to utilizing the jab and he made that adjustment, which adjustment is something that you don't use with a lot of UK fighters. You know, or Eastern Europeans, they fight one way, and then if they win, they win. If they don't, they don't. They don't make major adjustments like Taylor did. And Taylor made a lot of adjustments in his fight and showed him why, you know, he is a promising rising star and probably going to be pound for pound the best UK fighter and probably going to crack the pound for pound top 10 list if everything goes his way. But in the 9th round, he dominated. He hurt him. Then Viktor Postol in the 10th round, he tried to come back and amount of comeback towards the end of the 10th round. Taylor tamed him again, and then 11, 12, Taylor continued to do work, and they went back and forth. But Postol showed that he ain't an old man. The fight he fought in September on the same day as Canelo Triple G, it showed to be a blip. You know, he might not have trained hard for that fight, whatever it may be. It was just a comeback fight. But he showed today that he ain't past his prime, man. He still got good punching power. He still got good balance. His legs are still strong at 34. And he might be a problem for anybody else at 140. He's still strong. And, like, I don't like his style because he likes to come forward and press. But when you know when you get the banging with him, he want to hold you. See, he don't want to exchange. He want to act like he want to exchange, but he don't. So he's a difficult fighter to fight at 5'11", long arms and good power. And when he gets you at the end of them punches, like most Eastern European fighters. So with him, you know, he ain't an easy guy to fight. You know, and that's why Terrence Crawford, you know, boxed him, because Crawford could have easily tried to bang out and come down the pipe, but he boxed him so Postol couldn't hold him. And that was part of the game plan. Because once you try to bank and come forward for Postol, you know, he a hard guy to fight because he's so strong on the inside, he going to hold you. So Taylor found that out today, that you just can't walk in and bang Postol. But the things that, you know, he needs to learn is to be more disciplined on the back foot, and he can learn that from George Groves. Because when he get ready to jump over to America and fight some of these guys, it's cool to walk guys down. He take a lot of punishment, unnecessary punishment, walking these guys down. But he needs to learn how to box a little bit more and go side to side. And he can do it. You can tell. He got excellent feet. He's a good athlete. So he going to need to box a little bit more and mix that in his game plan. And then, you know, when he drowned guys in the 9th, 10th, and the championship rounds, which he had never been to the championship rounds, and they act like he was the more experienced and fresher fighter going into the 10th, 11th, 12th round. But when he started getting guys there, then that's when you can walk him down and be aggressive. But he needs to use that beautiful footwork and that amateur pedigree and that good posture and technique and IQ and box a little bit more. And like I said, it might serve him, like I told Anthony Yard. I know he wanted that as well. It might serve, you know, Taylor well to continue to come over to America and get some good sparring in with the Americans. And really see guys that slick and really put that into your game a little bit, because he got that ability. But like I said, Postol fought a good fight. I had the 8-5, 7-5 actually in the rounds, but he had the knockdown in the 9th, I believe. So I had it 8-5 going toward Josh Taylor. The scorecards were too wide. Barry McGuinness even said the scorecards was way too wide. He acknowledged that he's the promoter. And but yeah, man, it was a good fight, man. Excellent fight. 2 good fights back to back, man. These mid-tier, lower profile fights, like the women's boxing yesterday, and this fight today, it produced Clarissa Shields and Hannah Gabriel produced a great fight last night and opened up a lot of eyes to the women's boxing game. And today, Josh Taylor and Viktor Postol fought a great fight and opened up a lot of eyes. And it's time for Josh Taylor to make his way to America again and fight over here on a high-profile fight. I watched the post-fight interview with Barry McGuinness, Shane McGuinness, Al Bernstein was calling the fight, and the other guy that was on Channel 5, I can't remember his name. But in actuality, it sounds like Josh Taylor is going to go after Jose Ramirez and not the World Box Super Series tournament. I was waiting for one of the commentators to ask him about the World Box Super Series tournament. But like I said, the McGuinness, actually the trainer Shane and the dad promoter, Barry, actually acknowledged the cards were too wide. But they both had Taylor winning by three rounds like I did, plus the knockdown. So 3 points. So sounds like he's going to chase Jose Ramirez. You know, you want to go get the title shot. And the thing about that is, you know, Bob Arum is trying to pay guys to go away because he knows Jose Ramirez is not ready. Ramirez will switch from Freddie Roach to Robert Garcia. So, you know, he's got a voluntary fight in Danny O'Connor coming up pretty soon in July. And if you don't know what happened with the Regis Prograis situation, they both fought in title eliminators, but somehow Ramirez got the title. Bob Arum actually gave Regis Prograis a fight date on ESPN. They paid for it. He get to go home and fight in New Orleans. So that's why Regis Prograis passed up his title shot with Ramirez, because they said he's going to have to wait a whole year. So he's entering the World Boxing Super Series tournament now. And now Josh Taylor has the option to enter the World Boxing Super Series tournament, or actually, you know, go fight Jose Ramirez. And I think he should go fight Jose Ramirez, get a belt, because possibly he can then fight Mikey Garcia. You know what I'm saying? And then fight the winner of the World Boxing Super Series tournament. But I think this kid can beat Mikey Garcia, man. After this experience, I think he can. But if Taylor don't join the World Boxing Series tournament, they can add Viktor Postol. You know, or if he wants to get in. And they can add Sergey Lipinets. I think he deserves to get in as well if they got another spot open as well, too. But if Josh Taylor chooses to go to Jose Ramirez route, the Jose Ramirez route, I'm all for it. But this is the thing I want to beat in. I beat in people's head. We've been talking about Joshua and Taylor. You know, we talk about that. Joshua and Wilder, excuse me. I want whoever can get this to Wilder. This was straight from me, the new media, to him. Screenshot this part. If you're going over to the UK, The ref you want is Ian John Lewis. That guy did an excellent job reffing today. Postol held a lot. He didn't take a point. He even shoved him with the shoulder. Taylor hit him with the forearm, and they was pushing and shoving and fighting on the inside. Ian John Lewis didn't even take a point. He reffed that fight like a boss. He's the best UK ref I've seen. Ian John Lewis is the referee you need if you go to UK and fight Joshua Deontay Wilder. But like I said, man, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm telling you, the new media, shout out to the brothers in LWBC. We both, a lot of us both like Josh Taylor. So just when you say it's a pro-black channel, I'm not a pro-black channel. And I love Josh Taylor. Ever since I seen him fight, I'm feeling read up about him. I've been promoting him as one of the best, contenders in boxing. And at 13 fights of beating Viktor Postol, I'm doubling down, man. He going to probably whoop a lot of people at 140. And he going to end up probably being the best fighter coming out the UK. And probably the best fighter, one of the best fighters to come out of Scotland. He probably going to crack the top 10 pound for pound list in the United States. He's a switch hitter. He's got a lot of potential. And he on the fast track. He got an extensive amateur background. He got to continue to get better and develop a little bit of his back foot movement. And George Groves can help him with that and be disciplined and mix it all together. But like I said, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Don't forget that. Shout out to the homies in the LDBC and the YTBC and everybody in between. We working. And all the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, it's in links in the description. You want to donate, PayPal link in the description as well too. I definitely appreciate everything. And shout out to everybody from the UK. Excellent fight tonight. Share. If you ain't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, the bell icon. We upload and go live. And we probably going to go live a little bit later as well, talking some boxing. And maybe some other things. We talk more than boxing as well, too, if you're interested in a lot of the other things we speak on. But y'all know what it is. We gone.